Hey, Howard Jacobson here. Welcome to today's Plant Yourself podcast. A quick reminder, this podcast is free for everyone and supported by patrons. So if you would like to find out about becoming a patron of the show and helping us out, helping defray the cost, helping to spread the message, you can do so at plantyourself.com/gift. Thanks so much and enjoy today's episode. Hey, Howard Jacobson here with a special pandemic episode of the Plant Yourself podcast. I want to cover an issue that I've been having and that I've heard from a lot of people over the last several weeks, which is gaining a little bit of weight, maybe a pound a week, a couple pounds a week. I'm hearing from people who are like 5-10 pounds over their normal weight. When I was in South Africa, I gained 5 pounds during the lockdown there, and I gained about another 7 or 8 pounds when I came back. I wasn't feeling well, I was kind of sluggish, and so I want to talk about that and what I'm doing and what you can do as well. So let's start with a metaphor. Say you're driving down the highway, speed limit's 55 miles an hour, and got cruise control on, you're going the speed limit, everything's cool. And then you see up ahead, there's a slowdown, there's a traffic jam. What do? Well, you could say, you know what, I'm going the speed limit, I'm cool, I'm just going to keep going 55 miles an hour. Of course, that would be ridiculous. What you do is you hit the brakes, you slow down, and you go at an appropriate speed for the traffic. So the metaphor is, if for some reason you're no longer moving as often, as intensely, as frequently as you used to. So maybe you can't go to the gym. Maybe where you live, it's hard to go out running and you don't like running with the mask. Maybe your favorite classes have been canceled. Maybe you've stopped commuting so you're not walking back and forth from the office to your home. Whatever it is, your physical activity has been downshifted. But you're eating at 55 miles an hour. You're continuing to eat the way you always have. Or maybe you're starting to eat more because you're at home, you're closer to the fridge. Or maybe you're eating more because you're opting for more calorie-rich, junkier foods to make you feel better emotionally because of the turmoil we're all going through. So what we got to do, if the physical activity downshifts, because maybe you don't have time because you're homeschooling and you're around the kids all the time or taking care of someone else, like there are good reasons from time to time that we don't move as often, as frequently, as intensely as we want to or as we used to. Then there may be nothing you can do about that, but we do have control over our eating. And so what I did when I realized that I was gaining this weight is I took a look at what I was eating and I noticed 3 things. I was eating the same amount, I was eating worse, and I was eating more frequently. So here's what I did. First of all, I consciously upped my water intake. So having more water to start the day, water before meals, water during the day, just to have something to do with my hands and to make my belly a little full. Second thing is, I didn't feel like eating less. I still wanted to get that same volume. And if you say, okay, I'm going to eat less, I'm going to reduce the volume, even though calorically you may be in balance, it may not feel right. You may feel deprived and hungry. So instead, go for more calorie dilute foods, more raw. I've decided to go raw this whole week. It's almost impossible to overeat when you're having whole fruits and vegetables. I'm not talking like fancy raw, like dehydrated flax crackers and olive oil and all that stuff. I'm talking about fresh, raw fruits and vegetables, a salad, a few pieces of fruit for lunch, a snack for fruit, things like that, so that you're getting as much volume but a lot less calories. And the third thing is, I'm trying to be more mindful of the urge to eat and figuring out what it really is. Because if I'm getting enough calories, it's not a need for calories. If I'm eating well, it's not a need for nutrients. It's really about boredom. It's the way we eat on long airplane flights. Like every 2 hours, something comes along that breaks up the flight. So if we're at home, we can feel like I have this long, long day, a long, long week, a long, long pandemic, a long, long quarantine. I'm eating to sort of break up the monotony and to make myself feel better. So see if there are ways that you can do other things. Either if you need to distract yourself, maybe a little movement snack instead of a food snack. Maybe do 10 squats, 10 push-ups, jog in place. Or meditate or be mindful of what the feeling is, and you can feel it in your body and allow it to express itself to you without having to be expressed through your behavior, through eating or through other forms of withdrawal, addiction, distraction, numbing out. All right, so remember, you don't always have to drive 55. There are ways to reduce your caloric intake when you reduce your metabolic needs. Hope this helps. If you want to contribute to my tip jar, it's plantyourself.com/gift. If you'd like to learn about coaching with me, I've created special pandemic pricing, a pay from the heart model for a year of laser coaching. You can find out more about that at plantyourself.com/laser. You can have a year of unlimited one-on-one sessions with me for as low as $83 a month. And if you want to become a health coach, we're starting a new cohort in the middle of May 2020. And so check out wellstartcoach.com. Thanks a lot. And as always, be well, my friends. All right, time for thanks. Thanks to Will Ridenauer for allowing me to use his beautiful song, Sabali Dawn, The Dance of Peace. You can find more of Will's music at his website, willridenauer.com. And of course, thanks to all of you Plant Yourself podcast patrons. Kim Harrison, Lynn McClellan, Anthony Disson, Brittany Porter, Dominic Maurer, Barbara Whitney, Tammy Black, Amy Good, Amanda Hatherley, Mary Jane Wheeler, Ellen Kennelly, Mr. Cobb, Rachel Behrens, Christine Nielsen, Tina Sharp, Tina Ahern, Jennifer Volkanovsky, David Bizek, The Mysterious, Michelle X. Elspeth Feldman, Leah Stoller, Alan Christensen, Colleen Peck, Michelle Landry, Josina, Sarah Durkis, Rhymes with Circus, Kelly Cameron, Wayne Pedersen, Janet Selby. Hi, Janet. Claire Adams, Tom Franzek, Jeanette Benham, Gil Lacerte, David Donahue, Blair Cyber, Dorona Vizov, Gio and Carolyn Argentati, Jody Friesen, Ruth Ann Funderburg, Misha Rosen, Michael Warbeck, The Equally Mysterious, Tracy Z, Aviva Lael, Alicia Lemus, Rebecca Hughes, Val Linneman, Rhymes with Cinnamon, Nick Harper, Martha Bergner, Susan Ahmad, Nolly Levine, The Inscrutable Harry R., Susan Laverty, The Panda Vegan, Craig Kovic, Adam Sharp, Karen Burry, Heather Morgan, Kelly Machia, Deanne Norton, Bonnie Lynch at Plant Happy Oregon, Sabina Kurtzels, Nigel Davies, Marion Blum, Teresa Coble, Julian Watkins, Breed O'Connell, Shannon Hirschman, Linda Ayat, Holm Hedegaard, Izatu Zinwa, Connie Hainline, Aaron Greer, Alicia Davis, Heather O'Connor, Carolyn Jensen, Sherry Olakoski of Plant Powered for Health, Karen Smith, Scott Mirani, Karen Jo Crabtree, Tanya Lewis, Kirby Burton, Teresa Carell, Kevin McCauley, Elizabeth Rothschild, Ann Jesse, Cheryl Dwyer, Jenny Hazelton, Valerie Peltier, Peter W. Evans, Colleen Harrison, Justin Divich, Joshua Summermeyer, Dennis Bird, Darby Kelly, Lori Fanny, Linnea Lundquist, Valerie Hummel, Emily Iaconelli, Levy Wallach, Rosamund McAtee, Dan Bacorny, Stephen Lehman, Patty DiMartino, Mike and Donna Kartz, Deanne Bishop, Bill Brielf, Gunter Schmidt, Marjorie Lewis, Kelly Molden, Trish Adams, Ian Kramer, Nancy Sheldon, Lindsay Bayshore, Gunmarie Hagan, Tracy Gullidge, Laura Heaton, Meg from Mama Says, Rochelle Kennedy, Diana Goldman, Stacey Stokes, Ben Savage, Michael Kay, Holly Butler, David Hughes, Connie Rogers, Claire England, Sally Robertson, Paran Ganshi, Amy Daly, Brian Tourville, Mark Jeffrey Johnson, Josie Dempsey, Karen Schmidt, Pamela Hayden, Emily Perryman, Olga Sidorowska, Allison Corbett, Richard Stone, Lauren Vaught of Edible Musings, Aaron Hasty, Sean Owen, Sagar Nayak, Erica Piedra, Danielle Roberts, and Michael Lushton for your generous support of the podcast. That's it for now. As always, be well, my friends.